Hi, my friends, it's Marta. Welcome back. Today, I have a very fun and interesting video for you. I hope it's gonna be something which will spark joy for you to um, play with the leftover pieces. What I have here is a bunch of the paper. You could see two different color piles, and one of them is actually Christmassy paper, and the other one is like a wedding collection. These are leftover pieces from the project. I was making the inspiration for my design team for the art story company I am working with. So I'll give you the link down below if you would like to have a look on their papers. But I have this leftover pieces, a bunch of the random shapes which weren't enough to create another inspiration. But I didn't want to throw it away because it's always a waste, and I'm one of those crafters who always think it has potential. So, of course, I've decided to make a most out of it, and I hope that this is gonna be interesting for you and will bring you some ideas what you can do with the scrap pieces. I create the A5 size card base. I basically just score and fold in half A5 size card, and then I'm creating mat and layer, and I emboss the piece of the white card, and I always emboss and then trim afterwards because sometimes paper can shrink with the embossing. And once I was chopping it, the little tiny piece of this embossed paper has actually ripped off, and you can see in a second I will repair it. Don't get stressed if it's happened to you. You just have to, if you cut the paper with the guillotine and it's embossed, you just have to kind of you do it smoothly, like one quick cut. If you're gonna be slowing it down, there is more chances for you to rip the paper. You could trim your paper and then emboss it, but the thing is, if you're using the embossing folder on a large area paper, that could shrink a little bit because those paper will be folded. So if you cut mat and layer and then you emboss your paper, you can then find out that the layers are totally off because this paper on the top, it's a little bit short, and you can see here on the right side I have this little pieces coming off, but that's not a trouble. Just cut a leftover pieces teeny tiny bit and then just glue it back, and no one will ever see. You cannot even visibly see it that this was glue. So don't worry if something like that happened to you. Paper is very forgiving, and I just love working with paper. I think I'm making so many mistakes. Like quite often, I cut something wrong way, or different things. But this is just creative process, so it's happened to everyone. Don't worry. If something goes wrong, you've got some little oopsie. You can cover it up. You can do something or put an embellishment on front of that. So here you could see I use the scissors to go around the edges of these pieces, and now I have this like a cork board for attaching like a note. It's like a note board, and I'm using this piercing tool. This is the tool for the leather. It's like a leather piercing tool, but I just love it. It absolutely works magic with the paper because it gives you those little, like, dotted line, which is looks like you would put the paper through the sewing machine, and it gives this very nice effect. And it's a great replacement for those dies, like you've got this shape like a square or rectangle dies which have this little dash lines all around, so you can have the same effect, and that way you're not you not only have to use the sizes of the dies, because you can cut any paper size you like, and then you can do the same thing with the tool. Now I place my paper in kind of a random, to the compilation on a card, and now I am just gonna adhere them, and I will be rising my pieces. Each time I will be adding the layer of the foam, and I've started, I'm keeping whole combination up on the card so I could see where I want to place my pieces on the card, and that way I don't have to figure it out once I'm gluing it. I kind of spend a minute to put them together up front, and then I know where to put everything. And this is important when we add the foam tape. You can see here I made myself a line with the pencil, and I know exactly where to put a single layer of the foam and where to put a double one, because if you want to raise your pieces, you just have to make sure you level them up with the foam. So this blue piece, it's already, you know, resting on the top of another one which has the foam tape, so I could put the single layer, and then on the bottom I need to make sure I am just putting enough to make it equal, so it's gonna be lying, you know, straight. And now I am doing exactly the same thing with every another one. Once it's on top of another piece, I'm adding the single layer. Once it's on its own, I need to add a little bit more support, so they're gonna be level up and it's not gonna be, you know, wonky and tilted to another side. And it's very, very easy, but this way, building up the composition, it will give you very interesting texture and dimension to your card. And it's nothing difficult. You can use different random pieces. They not necessarily need to have to be in one or two different, you know, cardstock like I have here, but that could be something random. Play with them. Just grab your, like, you know, leftover pieces, like drawer, box, whatever. Let me know in a comment where you store your scrap pieces, because I am ashamed to admit, but I do have the drawer designated for each color family. I have so many scrap pieces that I could probably create 100 cards out of it, and it's just insane. So I'm definitely gonna be bringing more videos, and I hope you're gonna enjoy them. If you enjoyed this one, please don't forget to give a like and click the share button. Leave me a comment if you can. That's always great. I love reading your comments, and this is a huge support for building my channel. To kind of create sentiment, I found this stamp, and this is from the Craft Stash & Co. That was the collection. I believe this was the collection released by Katie Skilton. I'll check if this one is still available. And this was very fun stamp, because it's looking like those wax seal, like you know, you can create those waxy seal, and this was the stamp which was remaining it. And I've stamped it in red so I could, you know, put it together with this red ephemera pieces I have. And oh, this is looking really nice. I really love it. And I'm gonna be adding the composition using the red flowers, and to not bring any more colors, I will be adding white leaves. I sometimes do that if I have like a card which I want to do like a monochromatic look, or like, you know, two color, three color, dependingly. I don't want to introduce any more colors, and then I just grab the white leaves, and that's looking nice. This little square piece is again leftover pieces from another project, and I just used the corner punch. It's actually design paper underneath, but I just turned it upside down because I wanted to use it white. And here you can see those red roses, which are really matching nicely with this frame I create all around. So a little bit of the red paper as a matting for your front panel. This is just something which, you know, helps to put it together, I would say. And it's really, you know, bringing it to the life. Having the extra strong color is something I really enjoy, and I think I'm gonna be experimenting with the color a little bit more, because normally I would be probably sticking to this beige and teal color combination and put everything around this color. But because I had the leftover pieces from these red roses, like I had a bunch of them cut out, and already, you know, I wasn't sure what to do with them. And then I thought these really looking nice together, like the color, you know, put together, it's really looking nice. And I hope you're gonna enjoy this quick card, and nothing difficult. yet again, because we put so much layers, there's you know, a lot of dimension coming from those scrap pieces. And if you don't have as much like a foam tape, you can use the pieces of the cardboard to lift them up, and try it and see for yourself. You know, you could create a bunch of a card and get, you know, use all these pieces which are, you know, your scraps, and you're not sure what to do with them. And then if you put a little, like, you know, floral composition or couple butterflies or something else, it's not necessarily need to be this like a flourish, you know, embellishment to the front. You can put something else. You can add like a large topper as well somewhere to one side, or something. The word is your oyster, basically. Once you start playing up and, you know, create the composition with these scrap pieces, like different rectangles, or you can try with different shape, maybe cut a circles, and also try to, you know, put an interesting arrangement. And the basic of this card is actually to put a bunch of the pieces on a different level, so you kind of stack them up one on top of another, and that way you create the interesting look by having the difference in height in between them. And then anything you put on the top, that will be looking great. And if you have like a bunch of the darker pieces, that could be also a great idea for a masculine card. And then you can put like a sentiment, you know, something simple on the top, and it will be looking great. Of course, I just had to add the nylon string because I love them so much, and that's gonna be completing my card. I think that would be basically it, what I do on this card. So let me know if you enjoy it. Let me know if you would like to see more of these simple cards. If you enjoy them, I'm gonna show you a little bit of the close-up look so you could see this card clearer. And thank you so very much, everyone who's been with me, who's been watching my tutorials. I hope you enjoyed them. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do, and click the notification bell so you're gonna be notified on a new video coming. Thank you, and I wish you all a fabulous day. Bye bye.